The cryptocurrency market is now worth almost USD 3 trillion, and it is currently the hottest and fastest growing industry on the planet. In 2021, many governments, institutions, and public figures announced their support and participation in blockchain and cryptocurrency. Along with adoption in 2021, we have also seen a lot of countries, institutions, and regulatory bodies increasing their scrutiny and placing more restrictions on different players in the space. People are starting to see what crypto is all about. No longer dismissing it as a purely speculative asset, but starting to appreciate its revolutionary promise to decentralize the financing and governing of our societies.
DeFi matrix means everything is just getting repriced all the time. Every asset competes against every other asset. People don't understand how big a deal this is. It is the internet of wealth, the internet of money.
However, does decentralization mean deregulation? Rug pulls, scams, projects failing to deliver, hacks, and stolen digital assets? How does the average investor make sense of all of this? Here's our primer to help you keep up on several important regulatory touchpoints in the ever-evolving landscape of the crypto Wild West. What are tokens? The main regulatory focus in the US seems to center around categorizing blockchain tokens. What are they? Securities, currencies, debt, commodities, asset, property? Different definition will mean different law applications. The new chair of the US Securities and Exchange Commission, Gary Gensler, believes most coins will fall under securities.
I think that the thing I would be most excited about would be to get to a point where projects are saying, yeah, we have security-like properties and that's okay. We're proud of that. And here you can go to this website to see all the necessary licensure and regulatory information and disclosures and transparency in a way that fits with the perspective of these are tokens, they're often not companies.
Money laundering heaven. The lack of regulation means cryptospace is the most logical place for the crazy rich to launder dirty money to avoid paying taxes. Fortunately, as the cryptocurrency ecosystem matures, its association with criminal operation and money laundering has also decreased significantly.
What we have seen is that over time, the use of cryptocurrencies for illicit activity has dramatically dropped.
Cryptocurrencies don't encourage criminals. I think they're just another way for criminality to happen. I don't think it increases in any way. There was a chain analysis report that was published this year, which said that according to their chain analysis, less than 1% of all cryptocurrency transactions are actually tied to crime.
Centralized exchanges. Centralized exchanges like Binance and Huobi that we use to buy crypto with fiat money are starting to come under regulatory problems and scrutiny. Since the end of October this year, Singaporean users are no longer able to use Binance.com platform due to restriction from the Monetary Authority of Singapore.
My reaction when Binance shut down, it's an unfortunate thing. So there's nothing much I can do as an investor other than move my funds around to different exchanges, centralized or decentralized.
As the biggest crypto exchange in the world, Binance is put under the spotlight and is currently butting heads with regulators in almost all other jurisdictions all over the world.
At the same time, Binance is under investigation in the US, facing regulatory pressure in the UK as well. CZ, do you feel like you're being unfairly targeted?
First of all, I want to correct, that's a misstatement. All the media in the US keeps saying that we're under investigation, but I don't know where that information comes from. But we are the largest exchange in the space, and most regulators, when they want to look at the space, they do look at us, which gives us an advantage. It gives us communication channels with all the regulators. Our voice can be heard. We can be the leaders in the regulatory compliance in this industry. We can help shape how this industry should work with regulators.
While regulation might make some things more inconvenient, clear regulation will certainly make it easier for new investors to onboard the crypto train. After all, how would you feel about checking this box after depositing your hard-earned fiat money? Or how would you feel when you lose money on exchanges due to tech failure and have no way to seek justice?
Binance's system was glitchy, but I had no warning that there was anything wrong with my account. Text messages or changes in my dashboard that says you're at risk. They liquidated my complete account. It was about $250,000 US, was just gone. I had no warning that there was anything wrong with my account. I couldn't believe it. I think I just went into this post-traumatic stress disorder. I didn't know what to do. Who do I complain to? There's no representation for retail.
Yes, you can go to the police. You may need to go to the police in some instances. I think the question is really how well equipped law enforcement is at this stage to look into any instances of misappropriation of crypto assets.
Unless you're really a big corporate and you can hire companies that are, in this space that can actually support the investigation, companies like Chainalysis or Elliptic or companies like that can support the police, and you can hire a big law firm to support your own investigation, and you almost have to drive the investigation yourself. Only then you can get results.
DeFi exchanges and communities.
DeFi is just plug and play, right? Plug and play, any amount, anything you want. It's just this whole community where people are empowered to do anything they want without oversight.
Kind of like taking a plane kind of concept, right? But the part where you come, let's say you're coming from US to Singapore, right? Where does the security check and where the stringent checks actually are? It's actually where first you want to board the plane, right? So I guess when money wants to go from fiat world into the crypto world, that's the most crucial part. And after the money comes out, Singapore is like going to DeFi, then that's the part where it's a bit more free play.
Despite the utopian vision of the DeFi, in reality, scams and rug pulls have given DeFi a bad reputation, and they happen exactly because of lack of regulation. A lot of times, community law prevails in the DeFi universe. Instead of having police officers seeking justice through community and peer pressure, sometimes bad actors feel obliged to make amends.
In the Singapore's context, while there are criminal provisions in the penal code to go against people who cheat, who create fraudulent scams, the virtual existence of all these scams make it extremely difficult for enforcement to take place.
How can an average investor protect ourselves?
Over the history of crypto, we have seen many popular platforms like Mt. Gox actually just disappear overnight. So to mitigate that, I split my crypto pretty evenly across 5 different platforms, including Ledger, a hard wallet.
First, we keep our client assets entirely on cold wallets, hard wallets. We use top-tier technology providers. We have internal controls in place so that when you want to move assets, when you want to do something, that we have proper authorizations in place.
Have you been rug pulled before?
Oh yes, for sure. Rug pull a few times, yes. But it's during these times you actually learn to be smarter, what you have learned from the rug pull, and then what you can do to minimize the chances of being rug pulled. Being rug pulled doesn't stop me because for projects that I have no confidence in, I'll just invest a small amount of money.
You just need to do research, really. Find your local meetup, find local people, go to these events and talk. And again, there are scammers in the room. So just talk to a lot of people and build slowly a framework and knowledge that makes you comfortable. And never invest what you can't afford to lose. Start small. That's how I would do it.
Yes, crypto might be the future of finance. However, the road towards mainstream adoption is still long and arduous. And we expect to have a bumpy ride with changing landscapes, infrastructure, and regulation as innovation pushes forward.
We need a new infrastructure and new institutions. I think it's coming to rewrite all regulation from scratch, not shoehorn it into stupid old regulation that requires endless court cases. Figure it out properly. It's a new era. It's the exponential age, and it is going to be a golden age of opportunity.